We are learning new information about a case where San Antonio police say the bodies of a man and woman were found under a bridge on the city's northwest side. Now, according to the medical examiner, the man has been identified as 36-year-old Rick Stepp. The ME also says the cause of death was from gunshot wounds. The woman who was found has not been identified. Now, police say someone passing through that area made the discovery underneath the bridge in the 5400 block of Evers Road and called authorities around 6:30 on Tuesday night. Investigators say there was evidence that the man and woman were living in that drainage ditch under the bridge.
This morning, new information about the man accused of attacking that New York City subway. Sources say he called the police on himself.
ABC's Faith Abube has more.
Today, the man accused in the Brooklyn subway mass shooting faces a federal terrorism charge in court.
Oh my God, y'all, they caught him.
Sources say Frank James called a Crime Stoppers hotline, telling officers he had seen his picture on the news. He gave officers a description of what he was wearing and said he might be at a McDonald's on Manhattan's Lower East Side, charging his phone.
I thought the police, this is that guy. He did that problem in Brooklyn.
Authorities did not find James at that McDonald's. The manager of a nearby flower shop says he notified an officer who was stopped at a red light.
After that, police officer told me, "You sure?" I said, "I'm not sure, police officer, but you can go and check." And that's how they get him.
There's no word on who, if anyone, will get the $50,000 reward for leading police to James.
My fellow New Yorkers, we got him.
Nearly 30 hours earlier, police say James boarded the subway, detonated 2 smoke bombs, and opened fire, wounding 10 people. All are expected to survive. Investigators say they found 2 bags, one containing fireworks and a Glock pistol traced back to James. Despite a criminal record, he was able to buy the gun legally in Ohio 11 years ago because he had never been convicted of a felony. Investigators also released new evidence, including video they say shows James entering the subway station, along with video that captured the U-Haul James rented in Philadelphia on a bridge in New York several hours before the shooting.
And as for Frank James, new reports say he recently spent about $100 at a store in Wisconsin to buy smoke bombs and fireworks. He has addresses in both Wisconsin and Philadelphia. Faith Abube, ABC News, New York.
2 men in Washington, D.C. charged with impersonating federal agents for the last 2 years have been released on home detention as they await trial. The decision came after 3 days of prosecutors and defense lawyers arguing over whether the men had foreign ties or were operatives of a hostile government. Court documents show the defendants are accused of posing as officers of Homeland Security since at least February of 2020. And in a stunning twist on Tuesday, the federal judge in the case said the Justice Department's arguments were, quote, overblown, end quote, and he ruled that prosecutors had not met the legal standard required to keep either man in jail.
The Select House Committee investigating the January 6th riot is set to receive more documents from the National Archives. Former President Donald Trump had tried to assert executive privilege to keep the documents secret. President Joe Biden waived that privilege. An archivist sent Trump a letter informing him that the documents would be sent to the committee on April 28th. It's not clear what they contain. The documents previously provided to the committee by the National Archives included phone records and White House visitor logs.
In the Philippines, death toll from a major tropical storm has now risen to at least 76. The storm, which made landfall in the Philippines Sunday, has affected more than 920,000 people. It's also left more than 200,000 people displaced.
And time now 4:36 and 63 degrees for now.